You know that feeling? When you react to something and later you sit back and think, why did I do that? Why did I feel like that? Maybe it was snapping at a friend over something tiny, or freezing up completely when asked a simple question, or saying yes for the 100th time when you desperately wanted to scream no. You replay it, feeling confused, maybe even a little ashamed. You tell yourself, I'm just like that, or I'm overreacting, or I'm too sensitive. But what if I told you that reaction wasn't just a random personality quirk? What if it wasn't weakness at all? What if it was actually something incredibly smart your mind and body learned to do a long time ago, just to keep you safe? Survival leaves marks. Trauma isn't just about the big dramatic events we often picture. It's also about the persistent drip, drip, drip of stress, fear, neglect, or instability that shapes our nervous system. And our nervous system? It never really forgets. It holds on to those lessons, those survival strategies. Long after the original danger is gone, those strategies can keep firing, showing up as behaviors, reactions, and feelings that feel confusing, frustrating, and completely out of place in our current lives. These are trauma responses. They aren't flaws, they're echoes. They're your body and brain trying desperately to protect you, using blueprints drawn from a different time, a different place. Today, we're going to look at 7 common things you might be doing right now that could actually be echoes of past hurt. Recognizing them isn't about blame. It's the first powerful step towards understanding yourself with more compassion and towards choosing differently when you're ready. Number 1, the relentless people pleaser. This isn't just about being nice. This is a deep, almost primal need to keep everyone around you happy, comfortable, and never, ever angry. You apologize constantly, even for things that aren't your fault. You mold yourself into whatever shape you think others want. Saying no feels physically dangerous, like stepping off a cliff. You might feel exhausted, resentful, and completely disconnected from what you actually want or need. This often starts in environments where love, safety, or basic needs were conditional. Maybe approval was unpredictable, or anger was terrifying. Your young brain learned, my safety depends on keeping others calm. My needs are secondary or dangerous to express. It's a strategy to avoid conflict, rejection, or punishment. The cost? Your own voice gets buried. Number 2, hyperindependence, the I'll do it myself fortress. You refuse to ask for help, ever. Relying on others feels terrifyingly vulnerable, like handing them a weapon. You build your life meticulously so you never need anyone. Success? You earned it alone. Struggles? You suffer silently. Connection feels risky, like stepping onto thin ice. Deep down, there might be a belief that needing help makes you weak, burdensome, or that others will inevitably let you down or use your vulnerability against you. This usually stems from early experiences where caregivers were unreliable, unavailable, or actively harmful when you were vulnerable. Dependence was dangerous. Trust was broken. Your system learned, the only one I can truly rely on is me. Needing others equals pain. It's a powerful shield, but it also walls you off from genuine support and intimacy. Number 3, constant vigilance. The world is a minefield. You scan every room, every face, every tone of voice for potential threat. You notice tiny shifts in mood, subtle changes in body language. You might startle easily. Relaxing feels impossible, even unsafe. Your mind is always running scenarios. What if this happens? What if they mean that? It's exhausting. You might be labeled paranoid or high-strung, but it feels like being on constant high alert is the only way to avoid being blindsided. This is classic hypervigilance. It develops in environments that were chronically unsafe or unpredictable, whether due to abuse, neglect, chaos, or even a volatile parent. Your nervous system got stuck in red alert, constantly preparing for the next blow, emotional or physical. The world never feels truly safe because your internal alarm system is calibrated to a past that demanded this level of watchfulness. Number 4, emotional numbing or shutdown. When things get intense, conflict, stress, even positive emotions, you just go away. You might feel blank, empty, disconnected from your body. It's not calm, it's a hollow quiet. Or maybe you physically freeze, unable to move or speak. You might dissociate, feeling like you're watching your life from a distance. This isn't choosing to be cold, it's an automatic retreat. This is a freeze or collapse response. When fighting or fleeing felt impossible or too dangerous, especially as a child, the nervous system's last resort is to shut down. It's a biological circuit breaker tripping to protect you from overwhelming pain, fear, or helplessness. It served its purpose then, but now it can cut you off from fully experiencing your life and connecting with others in the present. Number 5, explosive reactions or constant irritability. Small frustrations feel like catastrophic emergencies. You fly off the handle over spilled milk, a delayed text, a minor criticism. The rage feels sudden, intense, and sometimes scares even you. Or maybe you simmer in a constant state of low-grade annoyance, easily triggered. Afterwards, you might feel deep shame or confusion about the intensity of your reaction. This often points to unprocessed anger, anger that wasn't safe to express when you originally felt it. That trapped energy has to go somewhere. It can also be a sign of a nervous system constantly flooded with stress hormones like cortisol, stuck in a fight or flight state, making you hyperreactive to any perceived slight or demand. It's frustration looking for an outlet, often disproportionate to the current trigger. Number 6, perfectionism that feels like a life or death mission. This isn't striving for excellence. It's a terror of making mistakes. Every error feels catastrophic, proof of your inherent badness or unworthiness. You might procrastinate endlessly, paralyzed by the fear of not being perfect. Or you work yourself into the ground, believing your value is tied solely to flawless performance. Criticism, even constructive, feels like a personal annihilation, often roots back to environments where love, approval, or basic safety were contingent on being perfect, quiet, or achieving. Maybe mistakes were met with harsh punishment, withdrawal of love, or humiliation. Your system learned mistakes are dangerous. Being perfect is the only way to be safe and loved. It's a desperate attempt to control outcomes to prevent the pain of rejection or punishment experienced in the past. Number 7, avoidance. Dodging anything that feels remotely uncomfortable. This goes beyond disliking something. You actively structure your life to avoid specific people, places, conversations, emotions, or situations that trigger even a hint of unease. You cancel plans last minute, procrastinate on important tasks, change the subject abruptly, or numb out with distractions like endless scrolling, substances, or overwork. It feels easier to just not go there. Avoidance is a core protective strategy. If certain things like conflict, intimacy, specific emotions, or certain types of people were linked to past pain or danger, your system understandably screams, danger, when they reappear. Avoidance keeps you safe from re-experiencing that overwhelming feeling. The problem? It also keeps you stuck, prevents healing, and shrinks your world. The things you avoid often hold the key to moving forward. Seeing yourself in any of these isn't a life sentence. It's a flashlight illuminating patterns you might not have understood before. These responses aren't who you are. They're what happened to you. They were brilliant adaptations for survival in a specific context, but recognizing them now, that's where your power begins. Knowing that your constant anxiety might be hypervigilance, or your people-pleasing is a fear response, changes everything. It replaces self-judgment with self-compassion. It shifts the question from what's wrong with me to what happened to me and how did I brilliantly learn to cope. This understanding is the foundation. It allows you to start noticing these patterns as they happen, to gently ask yourself, is this current situation really a threat? Or is my nervous system reacting to an old blueprint? That pause, that awareness, is the space where choice becomes possible. It's where you can start trying new responses, slowly and safely, often with support. Healing isn't about erasing these responses overnight. It's about building a new relationship with them, about thanking that part of you that worked so hard to keep you safe, while gently letting it know, I've got this now. We can try something different. If any of this resonated, if you saw yourself in these patterns, I want you to know this. You are not broken. You are surviving. And understanding these echoes is the bravest step towards thriving. Let me know in the comments below. Did any of these responses hit home for you? Was there one you recognized immediately, or one that surprised you? Sharing our experiences helps us all feel less alone in this. Type me or share your number below if you're ready to start understanding these echoes. If this video helped shed some light, please give it a thumbs up. It really helps this channel reach others who might need this message. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and tap the notification bell. We dive deep into understanding these complex patterns, breaking down stigma, and finding paths to healing. Your support makes it possible. Speaking of understanding complex patterns, if you haven't caught it yet, my last video breaks down the often hidden 5 stages of emotional abuse. It connects deeply with how these insidious dynamics shape our responses and self-perception long after they end. I'll link it right here on the screen and down in the description. Definitely worth a watch next. Thank you so much for being here, for listening, for showing up for yourself. This is tough work, but you're tougher. Take care.